So hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn about tables in HTML. So let's see how we can actually create a table in HTML practically. So actually I have created this normal HTML file in Notepad, and I have created some boilerplate code which is some headings and the head tag and the title tag, which I've already shown you in the previous videos that how we can actually set up this. Now for creating a table, we actually have some group of elements we have to use. The first element is the table element or the table tag, you can say. Now the table tag is the main container for our table. So whatever we are going to create, that will be residing in this table tag. So you have to remember this. You always have to create this table with this table tag. And inside that, whenever we create tables, we need some rows. So rows are the main components which will contain our cells or the items. So we need to create rows by adding this tr tag, which is table raw in short. So inside that you have to create single elements by td. Td stands for table data. So the table raw will be giving us the one raw which we want, and inside that we have to specify the items in the single columns or the cells by using this td tag or td element. Inside that we can specify anything we want. There is also one more thing which is th. Th stands for table heading. If there is the first row, generally we create this as th. The difference between th and the td tag is nothing, but th will be highlighting that. I'll be showing you that. Let me just write something. Let's say I'm adding a heading t name in the th, and inside that I can specify the other th, let's say, and inside that I can specify roll number. I can close that th. I can open one more th. Let me just remove the space, and I can add class for now. Now if I save this one and go to the browser and refresh the page, you see one in one row there are three elements which are bold by default. So this is actually the table. I know it is not looking cool, but we are going to style it later. Let me just make you understand what this did actually. So in the tr, whatever the th or the td will be writing, that will always come in one row or in one line, you can say. So the th will be also coming in one line, and the td will also be coming in one line if it is in the tr tag. The difference between th and td, I told you that th will be by default bold and center, because in table always the headings are bold in nature. But if I add td here, nothing will be happening, but the text will not be bold. You can see that it is not bold enough. It is a little bit lighter. So basically we don't add td in the first row or for the headings. We always add th for the headings, which means table heading. That's what it's for. And in the next row or in the next line, we can in the first row, if I keep adding the th and the td or anything, then it will always come in one line. So if I want to create the data in the next line, then I have to write this td in the next line or this tr in the next line. Now inside that I can specify some elements which I want under this name heading. So if I write, so let's say Raj, and if I close that td, so this Raj will come under this name. So the data for the name is the Raj, and then we and the second td will come in under this roll number. For example, I can add 30 for this, and similarly I can add for the third item, which is class. So if I add, let's say 12, and if I close that, so you see that two rows are there. The first row is for the headings of the table, and the second row is for the data or the elements we want under this headings. So if I save that and refresh the page, you see that the Raj 30, 12, all these items or the data is coming under these headings. So actually this is how we actually add the data. Similarly, I can copy paste the same row and change the data. Let's say it is not Raj, it is Alan, the roll number 35 and 10th. So I have created one more row, so it will come into the next row. If I refresh the page, now you can see that it is coming like this. We can add multiple data, and similarly we can also give it a styling that I'll be showing. Like first I can give it a width that it is coming uh, in very less size, so I can give it a 100%. So it will take up the 100% width. You can see that it is taking up the full width of the browser screen. Now, one more thing we should see in this, that is borders. So we are not able to see the borders in the table, which is generally used in the table. So how can we add borders in this? For adding borders in the table, we need to add some CSS. So I'll be adding the internal CSS styling in the head. I added some extra gap. So I can add some extra styling by adding a style tag here. So this is used for internal CSS. So if I want to style all the elements with the same tag, for example, I want the borders in all the rows or all the TRs or all the TH, then I have to specify borders there. But if I try to specify border like inline styling by just giving it border, let's say 1 pixel solid black, so that's not the good choice, I know, because I have to specify the borders for all the TRs, not for the one, right? So this is why we cannot do this by inline styling. That's why we need some extra methods from the CSS. So this is called the internal CSS that we are doing for styling all the table TRs and the TDs and the TH, because we want that. We want the borders all around all the rows and all these cells. That's our motto. So I can specify TH and TD. So basically TH is the table heading and the TD will be the table data or the normal data we are writing in the next rows. Uh, we can leave the TR tag because if we are adding the styling in each heading or each cell, then we don't need that. So basically we don't need in the rows. That's why we will not be adding that. So for adding border, we just write border 1 pixel solid. This is the property of CSS which adds border around the elements. So I can add border, let's say, and after the solid I can specify the color. For example, let's say I'm adding gray here. So if I add this, let's see what happens. So you can see that some borders are around the table headings or the TH and around the TDs or normal table datas. Similarly, we can add one more property which will allow us, or we can change the color of the border if we want, but I think gray is fine for now. Similarly, I can add a border collapse. What this will do is it will remove the gap uh, between the cells. So you can see that some gap is there and it is not looking cool for now. So that's why I'm removing this by adding one more property of the CSS, which is border collapse. And then two values. There are two values in here. One is the separate, which separates the borders, but we don't want that because that is actually the case. But we want that to be collapse. Collapse means we'll be like collapsing all these borders to each other. Then the gap around them will not be there. You see that it is now a single border without any gap between them. Similarly, if you want some extra padding gap inside the TD or TH, so we can do that. Why am I doing in separate styling? Why am I doing this? Because we want the gap inside the TH and TD, not in the table, right? So we can give that in here. This comma means we want the styling for both, like the TH and the TD. We want the styling for both. So I can give some background color or padding, whatever I want. So I can give the padding what I want. So let's say 10 pixel. Then it will be having a 10 pixel padding. Now you can see that the styling is a little bit different, and this is looking a little bit nicer. Similarly, I can add the different background colors to each of them. If I want the same color in both TH and TD, so I can specify background color property, and then I can specify, let's say, light uh, gray. If I do this, you can see that the light gray color is there, but that's not looking very good. Let me just add light blue. Similarly, you can add any color you want. So this is the one. And if I want the different color for each of them, like for the TH, I want different color, and for all the TDs or the table data, if I want a different color, so I can specify it in a next styling. For example, in the TH, I can specify the different color. So I can specify, let's say in the heading, I want black, not black, black will not be looking cool. Let me just say, uh, here I want yellow. I'm not good with the colors, so you can think of any color you want. And in the next styling, I can style it with a different background color. Let's say light blue. So if I refresh that, now you can see that all the TDs are having the light blue color. If I change that to, let's say, pink, so they'll be having the pink color. All the TD, all these elements will be having the pink color. You can see that. So any color you can specify. Also you can specify the text color by adding color property here. So let's say I can specify color red. The color property will allow us to color the text inside the elements or inside the cells. I can specify color green here, let's say. So they'll be styling them according to our style. So you can see that it is styling all these TH and the TD if we add the styling. This is called the internal CSS, and by internal CSS we have actually styled our table. So this is how we create tables and style them. I hope you got that. But in the next video, I'll be discussing more about tables. Let's meet in the another one. Thank you for watching.